everybody, Jason, I'm New Age Revolution Cave. Happy Tuesday to you, folks. That's the day before Wednesday, indeed. We didn't do LJN Revisited yesterday, so we're going to do it today. I am going to be kept down in the cave tonight for most of the evening. Once again, Liam has his 385th sleepover of the yet-to-happen summer, and so I'm down here, which is joyous, as you know. Slumber Party Massacre. Wait. It's Sorority House Massacre 1 is happening tonight on the Zenith System 3. A couple more episodes of Monsters is going down tonight. And I will be down here. I may move the Dallas stuff so that I can start putting up some of the 80s stuff that I got yesterday. Many of you have enjoyed the blooper yesterday when the Rubik's Cube broke. I have since repaired it to a degree. It won't be played with, but it doesn't fall apart anymore. I didn't turn it again to see if it was really fixed, but we're going to leave it as is, right? I have plenty of Rubik's Cubes if I want to play with a Rubik's Cube. I have one right here, which I can assure you isn't going to fall apart. Just kidding. So I have plenty of Rubik's Cubes. I don't need to play with the Chex one. All right. What else? What else to update you on? Anything? We have an item coming possibly tomorrow that has been a want for a while, but it's always, overpriced. What is our constant soapbox that we're on this channel? But I got it for $24.99. I did have to pay $11 shipping, but I have it, and it'll go in the wash machine tomorrow, and then you'll see it. There's your clue. All right, it's LJN Revisited, where we take a closer look at the greatest toy line in the history of life, the LJN Wrestling Superstars. And we're on the fourth shelf. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on the fifth shelf of 7. So we only have the 88 and 89 figures to go. We're wrapping up 87. And then we got the big boys. And then we're going to do XOX's run. We're going to do her entire run revisited as well. And then I don't know what we're going to do. We already did Galoobs. I guess we can do AWA revisited. There's always some good stories about them. All right, but let's take a look at a 1987 figure that I, for some reason, have a strange love for. I don't think it's a playable, well, they're all playable, but I don't think it was a very playable figure. It certainly doesn't have that great of a pose. It is clothed, which is not a, not preferred, right, when you're playing. Comes with a fantastic accessory. Thinking back about the history of this guy, by the time this guy came to the WWF in, 87 or whatever, he was already legendary and old. And I hadn't had a lot of experience watching him. I knew a little bit about his history as NWA champion. I knew about his matches with Flair. But when he came in, when I got the figure, I didn't quite know how to play with King Harley Race. Let's, of course, add the crown. I didn't know how to play with King Harley Race because I wasn't familiar with him. But looking at this figure, it is a tremendous looking figure. Now, if we could just get the arms, like that, maybe. Even like that, I'd be happy. But not a good pose. I can see Harley Race with like the Bruno Sammartino pose a little bit, you know, or what's Bruno? Bruno's like that, you know. I could see that, and I could see maybe XOX doing a remake of this figure. But here he is, King Harley Race, great looking figure, bad play pose, probably one of the better LJN faces, which we'll take a look at in a minute. But I used this figure a lot. Believe it or not, I did. I had a lot of matches against Billy Jack Haynes for whatever reason. Junkyard Dog, because that's what was going on. I don't really remember any kind of big time action for Harley Race. But he was used, you know, believe it or not, he was used. And despite the play pose, he was definitely a part of the action. I did meet Harley Race at my first ever meet and greet Hall of Fame dinner in Amsterdam, New York. He was one of the guests, and this was back when I had no etiquette of meeting, you know, wrestlers or celebrities. I was just probably 25 years old, maybe, and just overwhelmed with the idea of meeting wrestlers. And so I remember I was one of those guys that sat in the hotel lobby, because, you know, you stayed at the hotel and the dinner was at the hotel and the Hall of Fame was at the Hall of Fame meet and greet was at the hotel. So really everything happened at the hotel. It wasn't like I went to his hotel and waited for him, but I waited in the lobby of the hotel. And as the wrestlers walked in, I immediately got up and asked them for a photo. And so the photos that I have with Nick Bockwinkel and Harley Race and Moolah and Mae Young and Vern Gagne, they all have their bags in their hands, because I'm the idiot who like jumps on them as soon as they walked in the door, which is just awful. I'm ashamed. Now I just wait for them to approach me and say, hey, I've seen you on YouTube. Can I get a picture? And then I'm like, not right now. But I did meet Harley Race. He was fine. You know, he signed a WWF magazine page that was also signed by George Steele, because it was George Steele against Harley Race on a Superstars TV match. And Harley Race is like upside down outside the ring, these are the ropes, like his legs. So like it's like he like slipped through the middle rope and was like, you know, hanging upside down. And George Steele is, you know, standing in the ring. And Harley signed it and George Steele signed it. And Harley Race remembered where it was, and he was like, oh, you know, I was thinking Wisconsin or something. That's when we were working for Vince. He told George Steele. Remember that's when we were working for Vince. Like, no kidding. It's a WWF picture. Yeah, fine guy, Harley Race. Got a photo with him with his bags, and then got a photo with him at the actual meet and greet, which was free back then. Believe that. You buy tickets to the dinner and you get the meet and greet for free. So that's Harley Race. Passed away a few years ago. Yeah, good figure, despite the pose. Played with figure despite the pose. Good looking head. It's a good head. Good looking head. We'll look at the head in a minute. Let's get a closer look. All right, these LJN stands speak for themselves. There he is, the King Harley Race LJN custom stand from 4 Left 3D Creations. Head over to Etsy today. 4 Left 3D Creations for all of your custom LJN stand needs. And here he is, the King Harley Race. And as I mentioned, the face sculpt, we have to call it. It's not a face scan back in 1980, but what a great looking face. And they got the hair too, the weird old man sort of afro-y receding hairline hair. Also good. Does he have the big sideburns? Kinda. Oh yeah. He's definitely got the gigantic sideburns. Look, I don't like molded clothing, but this looks nice. You know, it looks nice. The pose we talked about, you know, not good. And I would love to be, you know, I would love to hear the logic behind some of the play poses. You know, where they're multiple options to choose from. You know, this is 87, so we're not talking about adult collectible, you know, who don't care about play pose. We're talking about kids. And maybe because it's 1987, the play pose wasn't even a phrase. You know, I think play pose is something that, you know, adult fans, you know, came up with. But anyway, purple knee pads that have got some wear, boots, great looking coat. And then the back is pretty much the same as the front. There's Harley Race. Good figure, used figure. Used him. Definitely used him. We have a pretty cool, where is it? Oh, hang on, it's over here. We have a pretty great accessory. The King Harley Race crown. And you know my history with accessories. They were eaten by the accessory monster that lived in the house. It's kind of a big crown. Kind of looks a little bit like the Pope, I guess. But there he is, King Harley Race. Handsome Harley Race, whatever you want to call him. His LJN figure. And that is it. Next time we're going to do, you know, one of the two guys who we sort of laugh about today. We already looked at Outback Jack. We're gonna look at a guy who actually has a tremendous figure, a great looking figure, but Ted Arcidi. We're gonna look at Ted Arcidi next time. Fantastic figure, but it's Ted Arcidi. All right, enjoy the head, and we'll see you next time. Good night.